Yeah, welcome. Today I want us to look at what happened in the wilderness, because there are two major things that happen in the wilderness when you are in the wilderness. And I can say wilderness, what we call wilderness, it is a place of limitations whereby you are limited to some things. Financially, you may be limited, relationship, so many kind of limitations. In the wilderness, you are limited. You have to understand, whichever kind of wilderness you are, the fact of the matter is that you are limited. So wilderness is a place whereby people are limited in some ways, meaning that there are things you are not able to do because you are limited. You cannot do this and this, you cannot have this and this, because you are limited. So in the wilderness is a place of limitation, and two things under which you are limited because you are going somewhere. In the wilderness, remember, you are going somewhere. For you to be in the wilderness, you must be already delivered. So God deliver you, and immediately when he delivers you, he does not take you to Canaan directly. He does not take you to freedom whereby you are not limited. You remember, you are delivered and then you are taken to the wilderness. You are not delivered and then direct to freedom. So there is no freedom in the wilderness. But remember, in the wilderness, you are heading somewhere. You are heading where? Into a place of the promised land, where you are your freedom. You are heading into your freedom, whereby you are free and no more limitations. You are heading into the land full of milk and honey, the promised land, where you are heading to what God has promised to do to you this year. And I said that if you are not hoping for God for good, you are hopeless. If you want to know how hopeless you are, it is when you are hoping for bad. You have bad expectation this year. That means you are hopeless. But if you have good expectation, to have hope is to have good expectation. If you have good expectation, count yourself that you are not hopeless. You know that God will do something this year. And I was talking about, and I was saying that about the two things that happen in the wilderness. Two major things that happen in the wilderness. And one of the things is that you may wander in the wilderness and you die there. And that's what will happen. The fact of the matter, by the end of the year, by the end of the wilderness, you see, you may be in the wilderness, maybe in this year. It is not all of us. Maybe there are people who are entering into the wilderness this year. We are not in the same race. Remember, salvation is a race. You cannot say that everybody is getting into the freedom. No, there are people this year, they are entering into the wilderness. There are people that they will be delivered direct to the wilderness. And there are people that they are now entering into freedom. No more limitations. Those things that have been limiting you this year, they will not limit you again. So both of you, this is your message. Whichever you are in, you are getting to the wilderness, or you are almost into your freedom. Remember, this is your message. And the message is that in the wilderness, you may wander and die. You may wander just like the children of Israel. You see, this story was not written just to waste time. There is a great revelation, and you realize that there is a lot of revelation hidden in this story, because all I know is that the word of God is produce juice. So somebody else will come out with a revelation, and this revelation is juice. So we can say that the word of God is so juicy, such that it is full of revelations. So the people that wander and die, you wander until you die. These are the complainers, the people that they are not ready to fight. They find it hard to fight. And remember, we fight but by not fighting. This battle is very easy, because it is the kind of battle you fight but you are not fighting. Because Caleb said, the battle belongs to the Lord. And we saw as they were fighting, an angel came, an angel appeared, and Joshua asked the angel, which side are you? Because Joshua was confused. He saw an angel in the process of war. When they are fighting, he saw an angel, and he got confused, and he asked the angel, which side of are you? And the angel responded, I am in the side of God. So you realize that you fight by not fighting. How do you fight? By being still. Be still and see the deliverance of the Lord. I tell you, if you are not still, you are the one who is fighting. But if you are still, if you want to know who is fighting your battle, it is the posture. The posture. Look at your posture. Are you still? Being still means that things are not working, but you still have peace. You are not yet into freedom, but you still have peace. It is God fighting for you. If you are at peace, just know that God is fighting for you, and you are entering now into the freedom whereby you are not limited anymore. You are not limited. You see, God can set you free in a way that you are not even limited. There are people that if today they want it, tomorrow I'll be going to United States of America, they will go. Why? Because they are not limited to go anywhere. They are not limited to. There are people, they say, if I want to eat meat today, if I want to eat turkey today, I will eat turkey. I will eat what I want to eat. But there are people, they are limited. They can only take sukuma and ugali. That means you are limited even in eating. These are limitations that I'm talking about. You cannot travel even to Nairobi. Why? Because you are limited. You don't have fare from Nakuru to Nairobi, or from whichever county you are. Me, I'm in Nakuru. So there are people that are getting into freedom. But there are people who will wander in 2026, and unless God grace them, unless the mercy of God and the grace of God, they will end up dying in the wilderness. So guys, you are not dead. If you can hear me, you are not dead. You can wake up and begin to fight. And how do you fight? At rest. Be at peace. Let God. Don't let stress. Let God take control. And for sure, tomorrow we're gonna see the other thing. We will be talking about the another thing that happened in the wilderness, because I've said two major things that happen in the wilderness, and today we have seen that you can wander and die in the wilderness. And what happened when you die? You are buried. Unazikwa in the wilderness. So watch out your posture.